What's up, guys? So I am moving on from the 10 milligrams, but just to recap, I did start the five. This is where I started the 5 milligrams, and I started that for a few months. Then I moved to the 7.5 milligrams, and I did that for a few months. And then we were going. My doctor wanted us to accelerate it every week, and then for some reason, if you watch my other videos, I started going to the gym, started eating less, didn't want to eat, didn't have a meal plan, didn't have a dietitian, and it really messed me up. I fell to the ground. I had a episode, and so with the 10 milligrams, we stayed on it for a few months. I got the dietitian, and now I have a meal plan. Now I meal prep, and the meal prep is keeping me accountable, right? And so the meal prep is keeping me accountable. I also have my dietitian recommended stir, and stir I can put inside the water. I usually use I fill this all the way up, and I use 2 of these a night, and I put the stir inside. And the reason I do that is because I told my dietitian that there are days where I really want to drink water, right? And it tastes good, and I go back and I drink it, and I fill 2 of these up and I drink it. But then there are days where I don't want to drink it and it doesn't taste good, and I don't have a motivation to drink it. And that's where the stir comes in. I put the stir in, it has a taste, it has stevia in it. The stir doesn't have any secret sugars, not that I know of. I have to maybe read it again, but it doesn't have any of those secret sugars, the sugars that they put inside these things and don't tell you about. I think it's one carb. It says one carb for half a tablespoon. No, 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 no. Yeah, I think it's one carb for uh it says a half a tablespoon. Yeah. And so I use that. And so I'm moving on to the 12.5 or 12.2 um uh shot from the Mounjaro. And I also started eating these, by the way. These are chop. It's 10 grams of protein and 100 calories. I only eat these when I want to grab, you know, a snack, and I don't want to grab like cookies or anything else. I'll just grab this. And so I'm learning these things and starting these things, right? And so, but I'm at a plateau right now, right? So I started at February on the 5. I didn't lose anything really. The 7.5 is when I started really losing weight, but not that much. The 10 is when I lost a lot of weight. So I started at 299 pounds. I went down to 276 pounds or 75 pounds, which is, I think, a 23 or 22 decrease in weight, pounds. And so I definitely lost more pounds than I did when I was in high school. But now I'm at a plateau, and it's because I think it's because I got knocked off of my schedule. And I don't know how you guys are, but if I get knocked off of my schedule, it really messes it up. So we lost power a while ago, and now when the power is gone, I started eating out, junk food, pizza, that type of stuff. And so getting back to it, it just didn't work out the way that I thought. So now that I am back, and I did meal prep, I did my breakfast meal prep, and it's been really helping me. And I also take supplements now. I take more supplements now, right? And so because I've been watching and researching a lot of these vitamins and what they do and how they help. But this is the supplement that I added to my health plan, and it's called Seed, and it's a pre and probiotic. And for me, it just resets the gut. I'm also thinking about starting Biome, and there's one called Biome Reset, and the volume reset is supposed to help me um, reset my gut, right? Because I've been in my for me, I feel like I've been eating bad lately, and so I'm going to reset the gut, and hopefully stay on this plan, but I'm also going to be going back to the gym. I was going every 3 weeks. I mean, every 3 days, 3 days a week, and so I'm going to get back to that. But I decided to speak to my provider and tell him, hey, listen, I think that I have my meal plan down prep. I mean, my meal plan controlled, and so I think we can move forward. And so now I'm at the 12.5 or 2. I forgot which was the point, but yeah, I also switched from my Dexcom to my Libre, and the difference between, for me, the Dexcom and the Libre is that the Dexcom is not, for me, is not user friendly. I do not like the little dots that go up. I don't like that. And for the Libre is user friendly. I can go back into another app and see, okay, an hour, maybe 5 hours ago until now, how was my sugars moving up and down? Whereas the Dexcom, it really doesn't give you that option. And so when I like data, I like numbers, I like seeing my numbers. When I go to the gym, I like seeing what I burn, so I like the numbers. And so if I were to think about what's giving me more numbers, it would be the Libre. And so I'm sticking with the Libre, and now I can see what's spiking my sugar, what's not spiking my sugar. And so I just wanted to give you guys an update. I am at 276 or 75. It goes up and down, and it's been going up lately, but then it also goes right back down. And so I keep it at 276 to 75. And but like, please root for me to lose more.